I get really frustrated when people say that jiu-jitsu doesn't work on the streets, and it's really ineffective just overall. And it's not me being partial to the sport. It maybe a little bit, but at the end of the day, as human being, as an animal species, it is in our nature to oppose all of our force to our opponent, assailant, whatever it is. We want to put them on the ground in a submissive state. Like we go back to the animal kingdom, as Caesar Milan, always says, like, we run in packs, and dogs run in packs, but people kind of run in packs too when you think about it. Settlers, pre-Western era. When we get in fights, when we stand and punch and trade, we only have so much energy to punch and trade. And then it becomes close quarters. And then that's where we unleash our will and our hatred towards that other person if we're having an altercation. That being said, though, I wanted to talk about the triangle, right? The triangle choke is so effective, okay? And what I like about this is that when our opponent starts laying on us, right? They start laying us. It really gives us an opportunity to get in one of the best submissions out there, because not only do we have a control, but we have our opponent on top of us. I know it seems kind of counterintuitive, but we have our opponent on top of us, pretty much at our will, and here's a great representation of just a real life situation, a little altercation between two people, and a bigger guy with a smaller guy, and the smaller guy knows a little technique. And again, I've said this before, that, technique goes out the door when you have someone really, really heavy. Now, if your technique can match the weight, right? Because we'll think of it as a scale, right? If your technique can match the weight, it'll be effective, right? But if there's too much weight, there's too much pressure, your technique's going to be thrown out the door. But if it's available, we can use it. So that being said, we're going to hop into it right here. This is the very beginning of this video, so there's no pretense of it. But I wanted to at least just kind of watch it, break it down, and get my thoughts on it.
That's mom. I'm fine. What's up, bitch? I'm fine. Get the fuck off me. Fucking shit. Chill. That way.
So it's a pretty quick video, but let's break it down just really quick. And race thing, I'm just saying culturally wise. So we have this little altercation here, and home slice on the bottom here has got the triangle not set up yet, but he's got really good head position. And this right here is the whole setup, okay? And for you no-giers out there, like, oh, we don't, dude, there's always something to grab. Okay, gi or no gi, there's always something to grab. So what I like what he's doing here, home slice on the bottom, he's got head position, and he's got a light triangle setup going on right here, just at least an establishment, okay? And what we can do is with this head control, we can actually use, since this head control is being pulled down by the hand, this arm right here is going to be able to pull this leg, this leg towards his back and be able to reposition and get a triangle. And remember, there is a reverse triangle where he can bring this leg up and then wrap around on this side. But I think overall the best position the best position in this situation is to throw over this leg on this side. So as he's fighting him, he's pushing forward and he's doing a good job pushing back. And so he can look at his opponent, and the only thing he's really got to worry about is that arm right there, all right? And so you just keep pushing it back, and it's probably been going on for a while. Now, this is where home slice down here is in a great position, all right? And I don't know if you guys seen this, but they have card jiu-jitsu, right? Or they put a couple people in guard. But in close combat right here where you don't have a lot of room, great scenario, because, again, he can't get up. He can't lift him up. He can't, use the room around him to push off, come back. He's really tight quarters. So the bottom guy actually has a better, in my opinion, I think he has a better advantage in this situation. But what's nice is that he switched from this side over here to this side, and that gives him angle on that carotid artery on that choke, because as he's pushing down and he's holding here, he's getting a really nice squeeze on it. And look at, he's even like looking at the camera and he's just squeezing. Now what the problem is that home slice is actually going the wrong way, and a lot of times I see this even in MMA. You know, they always go towards the guy. We want to actually go away from him. We want to scoot out this way. All right, we want to scoot out this way towards the knee, and that's the best way to stop this submission. So for you guys out there, I'll do a video on that one too. But when we're in that triangle, so if I'm in his position, I actually want to move to the left side of where he's at, and I want to take that knee and I want to hold on to it with both hands while I'm pushing forward. Because if you see, he's actually pushing forward towards the door, which is putting more pressure on that leg. Or if he actually goes the other way, he could alleviate that pressure, put both hands on the knee and give a little space to breathe again. But you know, I digress. Getting the squeeze, love the underhook. Guy passes out, pushes on top of him. And again, this is why I love Jiu Jitsu so much. And yeah, he's kicking him while he's out. That's not the best, call in the world. But when your opponent's unconscious, dude, you need a ragdoll. And he just, we don't want to get that scene in there. But he's just essentially just pushes him off. He's like underhook. He's like, dude, get off me. And that's a great way for you to jump up, run away, and get away. So that's why, like I said in the beginning, I don't really like the fact when people say like, Jiu Jitsu is, useless in the street fight. I actually think it's the best in the street fight because of that situation. Because of that problem right there. Aikido, boxing, there's only so much we can do because of the distance, and that's where I'll put the line in the sand. Is think about this: with jiu-jitsu, we have the floor. Okay, that's what we have against us. We use that floor in our advantage. Where when you have a punch, right, you have that behind you and in forward. So we have that inertia, right? And that's going to give us, that's going to use a lot of energy. We're moving back and forth, dodging. But when we're on the ground, we really are just using our weight we're using our weight from the bottom or from the top. So we don't really have to use that much energy. And that's why I say people will always end up on the ground, is because we're so tired. That's the last bit of our energy. And that's the most effective way and most effective way to use the energy, because we're not holding ourselves up. We're not throwing haymakers or bombs or kicks. We're essentially just using our weight and then the distribution of it to control or submit our opponent. So again, that's why I disagree with a lot of people that are saying like, no, it doesn't work. Especially gi or no gi, there's always something to grab onto. But again, this situation, he did a great job, head control, moved his arm over, and again, was able to subdue him, get him off him, and get away. That being said, you guys, hope you liked it. Let me know what you guys think in the comments section. Love you, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.